Right now on this special edition of Full Custom Garage, Master Metalman Ian Roussel continues his journey back in time.
I always want my work to be evolving.
Created in 2010, this film features another classic build.
We got about a month to get this car done for Vegas. I gotta hit this with all guns blazing.
Plus, an inside look at the world of 50s customs.
See, everybody checks it out, man. Mercedes people pull up next to it, say how it's cool, and straight up homeless people on the street.
With old school legends.
I try to create things that have not been done before.
And next generation builders.
Try number 2.
Full Custom Garage presents Back from the Dead 2.
Some people might say, well, the engine is the most important, but to me that is not. It's more the look and the design.
Everything I do with all of my cars is old stuff. I just don't dig ordering stuff from catalogs. I like to build everything myself.
I'm not talking about a new car with a computer. I know nothing. I don't want to know nothing.
A couple of people has asked me, where did you get this car? Where did you find this car? You tell them, oh, we did it.
Doing a new project. I'm out here looking for a new car. I want to do a custom, something pre-1955, preferably a two-door. And we're trying to get it to Vegas in 2 months. There's a big show going on, so I really like to just kind of go out in the world and see what the heck's available. I mean, I don't have my sights set on anything specifically. Just kind of hunting around, looking for something to start on and try to strike a good deal. Talk about an oddball. I've never seen one. I mean, it's not really like a custom, but if you laid this thing on the ground and just made it a total driver, this thing would steal the show. This thing is huge. It's not really the look I'm going for. This car's got potential, but it's not the one. This is more what I'm talking about. Another DeSoto, 40-something, 41, who knows? It's like cool features on all these different cars, but I don't know, I'm just not feeling it. I've been looking all around for a few days now. I've hit up like 5 different spots, and when I see it, I'm gonna know it. I'm just not finding it right here. My friend Roman, he's got a line on this 54 Chevy. It's over at his buddy's house, so I think we're gonna check it out. This is perfect, man. I mean, this is exactly what I was looking for. It's never been crashed or really beat to hell. It's just old. Typically, most people would like a running car with very little rust, but I don't care. I'll cut the whole thing apart. I'll just build whatever it needs. I think we'll take it. It's cool. Thank you. On the 54, everything mechanically is junk, so I need to find a car that I can pull all the new stuff out. It's all the way in the back. Yeah, all the way by that dumpster. What I'm looking to do is update the drivetrain. This Skylark is a perfect example because it has late model 350 V8. It's got power steering, power brake. I can gut everything I need out of this thing and put it into the new car. Thank you, Gus. Okay, I appreciate it. For this car, we're gonna do it in 2 months, no joke. We're just gonna hustle it out. There's no other way. I gotta hit this with all guns blazing. So my friends Roman and Trent are gonna help me out. The only thing I wanted to save from the 54 was the 2 pieces of glass, front and rear windows, and the body skin. We just got rid of everything. What I'm looking to do is update the drivetrain. It's typical to subframe a car, so that's what I'm gonna do with this.
Big mama, shake it like you really can. Hot time, wish I sure could be your man. Hot time, living in your neighborhood. Supper time, baby, you be looking good.
The reason that I'm subframing the car is 2 points. I'll have the opportunity to Z the frame and lower it, and it will update all the steering, the motor, everything. All the mechanical parts will be newer. Yeah, it's cool. Now all that's left to do is everything.
Let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got 12 projects going on right now. My first car was a 28 Model A coupe, and I didn't really know what to do with it. I put an antenna on it for a foxtail. You know, that was cool to run a foxtail on your antenna. Didn't have a radio, but I had to have that foxtail. This is my spray booth. I started the blending of paint. We call it fading or blending. This is one of my Gene Winfield blended paint jobs. You can see how I go very dark, very blackish green here, and then gradually work up into the lighter green up in this area. But that's a Winfield blend or a Winfield fade. This is a 51 Merc, and he brought it to me as a pretty much a stock body. So we've chopped it, we slanted the post, rounded the corners, and molded off all the door handles. And we do a thing here where we weld the front fenders to the cowl, and I make this piece all in here with a drip rail and everything, all by hand to, to tie this together, and it makes a nice look. Every custom car, the customer is making a statement. Whether they realize it or not, they're making a statement with that car.
How old are you right now?
82.
And you're still working?
Oh, I work 12, 14 hours a day, every day I'm home. If a guy retires and just goes sit in a chair and watch TV, he's gonna die. You gotta keep active and keep things working.
You can see here the old leaf spring used to mount right here. But what I'm doing with the ones from the Buick is I'm moving them inboard of the frame rail, and I'm putting it up into the floor of the car so you can see the difference. I mean, it's about 6 inches drop. I think that'll work out good. I had done a bunch of race car and street race car fabrication, and these guys were doing what they call a mini tub. Their idea was that it would give them more room for fatter tires. I saw it as a way to move the leaf springs inboard of the frame, effectively lowering it. I'm gonna have my 2 beautiful assistants prepare the axle for delivery, and I will shortly thereafter bolt it in. I came up with this idea for the rear leaf spring perches. I'm gonna put 2 crossovers, 1.5 inch tube across the frame, and the springs will actually locate between them on these cross braces. Now that I got this framework tacked in, the car will suspend itself. I'm gonna stop right here and I'm gonna chop it. I just wanna see how the ride height looks with the chop top because they have to look good together. It's kind of like building a house. I really just wanted to just start with a solid foundation, get the front clip, the rear suspension all established, and then work up from there.
In the early 50s, when customizing was probably not fully mainstream, George Baris was the one that promoted it and made it mainstream. When Baris moved from the Compton Avenue shop to Linwood, he had both of these buildings, this building and the building next door. This was a note he sent when I called him and told him that I rented this building and what the whole plan was and stuff. This letter came in the mail like a couple days later. When I was in high school, there was a Rod and Custom magazine that came out that had an article on Baris, the early years. And I showed this to my friend and said, hey, you know, how cool would it be to work there? In the early 50s, this was the parking lot. That's what this wall is here. You would be standing pretty much where this Lincoln like bumper is. Ideally, it'd be neat to have this shop to where people could come and see what's being done, and it really feels like you just walk back in time. This Ranchero is gonna be this car. He first brought us the car and with this picture and said, I want to build something like this. And it was like, well, if you like this car, you know, why don't we just build this car? We try and get people to pick an era. It doesn't limit you, but it gives you just an idea, a little spectrum of what would look right when the whole thing's done. Mostly for us, we try and just stick in the little era of what the customer wants. Like, hey, I want my 55 Cadillac to look like it was made in the late 50s. And then you got pretty much everything laid out, what you want to run. The majority of the stuff we use, if we're starting with something that hasn't already been messed with before, we try and do it on lead. We don't have a lot of modern tools and stuff. So we thought, well, there's kind of our niche right there. It would be neat to have only old stuff, you know, to use all old tools that are twice as old as you are. But I like to do as much acetylene welding and stuff as I can. It's neat having that kind of stuff around. Like, it just feels comfortable. It feels like it's done this job before. All I gotta do is keep doing it, you know?
If somebody asks me to chop a car, again, I look at it and I make sure that the top flows. See, that's the most important thing to me, is to flow the top. And you do that right through the rear window. So the whole rear window and everything flows with that roof. So that's important, is the flowing of the top.
For some reason, I'm fascinated about this sloping roof line. And maybe I'm all wrong by using cars like this, because I've tried it twice so far, and both were a little exaggerated. But I think if I mellow it out and just don't be so drastic about it, I think it'll be a good look. I'm not doing anything like, oh, 3-inch chop in the back, 2-inch in the front, or whatever. It's not gonna be like that. I'm just gonna cut the roof off and see how it looks. The most challenging part of chopping a top is the glass. You have to build the top around what you're doing with the glass. I didn't like the B-pillar, so I just came up with this idea to tilt the roof back and just refit the whole back window skin. It's kind of that moment of truth. Everything's cut out. I just got to figure out exactly where I want to cut the windshield pillar to tilt this thing down. One of the concerns I have is the trim. As it comes through, it follows a nice smooth line. So if I pivot it here, then the trim will come up. Unless I cut it just above the trim line and then just lay the windshield down, pivot it right here, then they'll come up a little bit. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I decided I wanted to just keep the stock size front and rear window. I don't want any of my cars to look really mellow. I want them to look kind of freaky, kind of different. I think by leaving the stock height front glass and just sloping it, it'll give it a cool look. I think I nailed it. I don't know what to say besides that. It's gonna work perfectly. I got it. It's cut, it's down, that's the line. Still kind of developing maybe what this signature flavor might be, but I always want my work to be evolving.
It's like Picasso, where you put a torch and a cutting wheel in Ian's hand, and this is what you get. You find a Picasso in the garage, I got a Ian Roselle in my garage.
I'd say Victor's been my greatest supporter out of anyone since I've opened the shop.
I couldn't find anybody that could bring my thoughts into reality till I met Ian. The guy is literally one of the greatest artists I've ever met, and I love art, so you could tell by all just things he's done with his hands or what he could come up in his mind with imagination. And more than anything else, the guy is an engineer.
Well, the best thing about the way we work together is it's his vision, and he just lets me run with it. He comes in and critiques it, and it's really just it's a great exchange. My main concern with this window is the way that the chrome strip is gonna fit. I'd love to reuse the stock chrome that comes around here, but because the windshield and the rear window are on different angles in relation to the body, the chrome just might not work out, I'm not sure. Keep using the word convincing in a lot of the stuff I've been building lately because that's what separates the guys who know what they're doing from the guys who don't. You see a little mismatch in the way the trim's gonna fit and it's not convincing. Putting the window back in was the hardest part of the job. All it takes is one wrong move, lose the whole thing. I'm stoked with the way this window fits. I'm just gonna take my time, weld it nice so I don't warp the roof skin. It's on. I mean, we're there. It's just a matter of following through. I wanna make sure that these guys fit before we get any further into this. Yeah, that's cool. Just trying to verify whether or not this roof skin distorted with the pillars, but it's cool, it's right on. We got about a month to get this car done for Vegas. I think we got it.
See, everybody checks it out, man. It's funny because like even Mercedes people pull up next to it, say how it's cool, and straight up homeless people on the street think it's cool. People just enjoy seeing it. Or to see somebody that probably ain't got the best deal going, but to see him walk by and smile about it is cool, you know? It's a 51 Chevy Fleetline that's been chopped, the side trim's been removed, the door handles, the headlights are French, the emblem off the hood and trunk are removed, and the taillights are moved down into the bumper guards. I drove it stock, you know, just as it was when I was working with George Baris, and I told him I want to do custom work. He kind of shrugged it off like there was no money in it, and, you know, I should stick with him, and we'll do, you know, movie and TV stuff and car shows and things like that. You know, I don't really care about what it pays or whatever, you know, it's what I wanted to do. And so that's when he said to go work with Bill. I don't know where he is. Well, I don't know what I want to say about him, really. I mean, he's just like, I don't know. It's hard to explain it, to explain his deal. He does what he likes to do. That's the coolest thing about it. He's got the experience that just is unmatched by anybody.
I'm not a teacher. All I do is point out mistakes. Somebody makes a mistake, I know what to do with it. I had to figure out all my mistakes. Nobody helped me with mine.
It was like going to college in a way. You know, just the way he works with things, his patience, and he never once yelled at me or got frustrated at me. George would yell, you know, all the time. It was a totally different vibe. We did this car in the afternoons and maybe one day a week when I was working over there. Bill, he had it figured out.
After I looked at it a little bit, I knew what to do. I just did it. With the experience and a lot of German pallets, it was easy to put together. I don't have a blueprint, I don't have a pencil mark. It all comes out of my head. No fastback like that's ever been done like that, ever. I've done this top and everything completely different than anybody's ever done.
The first car we chopped in here, I brought Bill over to look at it, you know, and he looks at it and he studies it all over and he goes, yeah, it looks like I did it. He takes pride in his own stuff, and for him to say it looks like he did it, that's the best compliment you're gonna get out of him.
I love work, 7 days a week. I guess that's why I'm 88 years old. I wasn't afraid of it.
He likes this car. I always wanted a fastback, and plus the fact that me and Bill worked on it together, it's like, I wouldn't even want to get rid of it, really. You know?
I don't want to use the stock 54 tail lamps. They're just typical. When you look at the car, it identifies it right away. So I had this idea about cutting and rounding the back of the fender so it doesn't stick out. Something about the way the roof line flows, this is bugging me, how it just sticks out like a thing. I don't know. This is so rusty in the rear of it. I'm gonna change the bumper, and I gotta cut this whole portion out anyway. So I'm thinking I'll just hack it off and section this piece of tube in there and just join the fender to it. I think it'll work. And I think this matches it pretty good. I think I'll just splice in right about here. I don't even see a reason to take the rest of the tube off. I was thinking about cutting it in half, but why? I'll just lap the sheet metal to it, and I mean, that's freaking strong. Kind of weird to put a big tube in the quarter panel of the car, but it's what I need. It looks great. We're on a strict deadline. I could spend 2 months making a quarter panel. It's just going to be a piece of sheet metal. I'll form it to the contour of the body. This fender's kind of a funky shape. It's a compound curve in a few different ways. I'm just gonna tack it in place and then hammer it with a dolly. I think it'll follow through fine. This is a really complex shape, and to form it freehand with the shrinker and hammering and all the other crap you got to get involved with, it would have been a lot of work. And by clamping it and welding it and hammering it as I went, it worked out good. Because this is more of a sculpture, it's just a shape that I have to look at the whole thing. So I want to just get this taillight fender area finished and then color the whole car gray so I can kind of get a concept of what it looks like.
I mean, the whole idea is just to get what it looks like in one color. And I'll be damned if it doesn't look like a car.
Yeah, it's cool. You could geek out on something till the end of time, but I think by doing those two simple things, raking the stock front glass back and lowering the taillights, it's a different car. It's really cool. I think the roof line is nailed. I think it's done.
What are you doing, Roman?
Just making this part pretty.
We're in San Fernando. Basically, right now, what we're doing is we're gonna go meet up with the rest of the homies to go to cruise night every Wednesday down here in the valley. My background with cars started off when I was a little kid where I used to live. Like I said, every Friday, you see the Broms just ripping their pipes and with all the nice hyenas and everything. It looks nice. That's basically, I got stuck in that little moment. And my style would be, most people consider it Chicano style. I don't like to modify anything at all on my cars. I like to keep it stock.
He just came here one day, said he wanted to learn. He's learned some and he's taught me some too.
He has different points of views when it comes to cars, and I have mine. We balance each other out.
I'm starting to become bilingual, learning Spanglish. I know a couple things about low riding. And in his own respect, he's a badass. He knows what he's doing.
I would consider myself a traditionalist, but I'm not stuck to that boundary like, oh, this is what I am, this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. Nah, because if you do that, it gets boring. I like to see new things, try new things, and hear the feedback from people, what they say. If they don't like it, then that's too bad, it's my car. If they like it, well, it's for sale. You never know.
The car's so low that it's gonna drag the bumper on stuff, so the closer the bumper is to the body, it'll help it out a little bit with clearance. But also, I just like the look of it being a little bit more tucked in. Welded on the rear pan, so I'm just trying to get a placement for the notches for the bumper bracket to come through. I made the pan lower than the brackets just for aesthetics, just so when you look at it, it looks a little bit cleaner. This looks perfect. I'll take it. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was looking for. That's cool. What do you think?
Yep, you can't even tell what we did.
I keep reiterating, it's easy. Making a car like this is just, you know, I want to make something crazy. This is just time. It looks great. It's just not my greatest vision. I like conjoined twins, three-legged dogs. Here it is, a Space Junkie. 5 years of toil. It's a 1931 Chevy. I call it the Space Junkie. We just won Best of Show at this show here at the Hard Rock. This is more artwork than it is standard car stuff. Something I always wanted to see. It was just a crazy Hot Wheels kind of freaky car and show car. It's got a sliding sunroof. It's got airbag suspension, 20-inch rims with wood spinners. I mean, nobody's got this. It's its own thing. It's brand new. I built the Space Junkie because I just wanted to go crazy. I wanted to make it a wild thing. That's all. It had no parameters.
This dude's leg was fully ripped off. This whole fucking leg was just hanging off. It was just a bone and like muscles. And Mike was like, hey, there's this cat in the backyard. Like, it got ran over or something. It's like about to die. I was like, all right, well, let me give it like its last meal, you know? And I grabbed its foot like this, and it didn't like squirm or anything. And so before we went to Kansas last year, we cut all the meat and off it and made like a splint out of like stir sticks and taped it all up and made this cone out of like a Taco Bell cup and fully glued it back together. And now she cruises.
When I look at a grill or an opening for a grill in a car, what I do is I study it for a while, and then I come up with maybe some rough sketches, and I try to create things that have not been done before.
Roman said he had this idea about using multiple bumper guards for the grill teeth. It just seemed like a cool idea. Knowing how to cast aluminum parts, I decided let's go for it. It's pretty cool looking. That's one more. It's pretty weird. Hey, Roman.
No, Baris, it's not done yet.
Looks like Tomater.
Nah, Tomater was different.
We're about 2 weeks out at this point, and there's a ton of stuff to do. I took the rear taillights out, so I want to put them in the rear bumper guards. I found these cool little lenses at the Trucker's Mart. The problem I was having is they're just sitting there. They needed a way to be retained, held in place. What I came up with was I was thinking, what's super lightweight, aesthetically appropriate? So I was looking at a regular soda can and this lens. They're the same size. There's no catalog I found that has the part that I need for this. It's a very delicate aluminum stamped shape that would be very hard to recreate otherwise. It's just, why not? Some people have a real problem with it. As of late, in mainstream custom culture car building, those two things, using junk and building cars, are at complete opposite polarities. But none of those guys are gonna have a trim ring like this, I guarantee you. Most of the people who have responded to the work that I do really dig the fact that I just take stuff and manipulate it to achieve my goals. Come on, that's freaking golden. We're about a week out, and I gotta call in all the help I can. It's time to get this thing nailed. We're on our way to Burbank Airport to pick up Big Bob Gore, or as someone has put it, hardcore Bob Gore. Bob is an eccentric who stalks me on cyberspace, and he's come by the shop a bunch of times and helped me out with my cars. He's a pretty cool dude, so he wanted to come by and help out with this one too. Hop on in.
One thing's for sure is I'm going to be like the happiest guy in the world for the next couple of weeks, and there's just nothing, no way around it. That's just a guaranteed fact.
I consider him one of my best friends, man. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. What I do for a living is I restore cars, I fabricate metal. Also, I'm a body man and painter.
Bob's my friend from out in Wisconsin. He saw the first DVD and it just thrilled him. So we just kind of got to know each other over the phone, and he's come out a couple times to help me work on my cars. It's a good thing.
My claim of being Ian's biggest fan is the fact that I drive my family crazy because pretty much just about every day, you know, at the end of the evening, I throw in the video. Sometimes you need something to inspire you.
I asked Bob to come over and paint the car, because that's what he does. He's just down for the cause.
It's awesome.
I think you could say it's a lowrider-inspired car, no question. And what I saw with those cars was a lot of simple paint work done, but people just went crazy on the roofs. And I kind of dig it. It's like wearing a fancy hat or something.
The idea of having a finished roof on a car that was in primer doesn't work for me. I think it's the wrong choice because it's almost like wearing one shoe on one foot and going barefoot on the other. Michelangelo painted the Sistine Chapel. The Pope was telling him how to paint it, when in all actuality he knew that Michelangelo knew that it should be this way. So
that's me, man. I'm in that position.
Yep, you're the Pope and I'm Michelangelo. I didn't see what he was seeing. I felt it was the wrong way to go. I'm used to painting a whole car at once, not just one section of it. And
we'll get used to it, man. This isn't a dealership. We had a disagreement about how the car should be painted. The bottom line is we need to get through this paint job so we can finish the rest. So I just let him go with it.
It was the first time he and I ever butted heads. It's frustrating in this time frame was psycho. I mean, it's crazy, especially if you want perfection.
I walk in on the car and the first impression makes it, and the car just imploded. It just sucked all the light out of the shop. It was not palatable. I didn't like it at all. After the events and everything, you know, obviously we're behind schedule, et cetera. I honestly don't see the car going to Vegas. No, I mean, we're not going to take it.
Oh.
It's going to take a lot more time to finish everything. It just is what it is. To show an unfinished piece at the car show of this caliber, there's a lot of pressure on it, you know? We're trying to do something cool where it's a really finished, nice thing, and it can't happen in 2 or 3 more days. Okay. And what I was trying to do, I think I made statements from the start of this, has been kind of pigeonholed for these rusty, sloppy cars, because I built a couple and they're super fun. But the most criticism that I've gotten so far is that, you know, the rat rods, everything that I've done, and it's just not the case. And, you know, with the other car that I've done, the past 2 cars have been finished and nice. And I just want this one to represent, you know, a better level of finish.
I was massively depressed that, and then it was just like when we conflicted with the paint job scheme, I felt the same way. If I could stretch it out any longer, I would stick back and redo, you know, paint the car the way Ian wants it done, and show people that what I can do, but we couldn't.
I guess I'm just at a little loss for words. It's, you know, it's pretty much a bummer. I mean, it really freaking pains me to call it off. You know, everybody was hoping for it. Everybody was planning on it, you know. It's my call, and, you know, I gotta kind of bust these guys' bubble. I don't know, man, that's the stark reality of things. People like to make this out to be rock star stuff, but it's really not. Bottom line is, this is my mark. And I'm not gonna do it halfway. It's gotta be right, and I don't care how much effort it takes. It ain't done till I say it's done. We got everything done on the car I wanted to. Paint looks good. We put the upholstery in and just took it up to this show in Ventura. It's finished.
I'm your fool. With you bring me sorrow, you bring me pain. Baby, baby.
We made it. We motored out on the freeway and it's all good. made it here, and the show's on.
My busted heart begs you, darling, set me free.
Pretty cool.
You're on top of the world.
It's quite a nice ride, everything about it. It's pretty darn impressive and a lot of work.
They just put so much thought into it and worked on it so hard. So each custom has a personality, which is your own. Your ideas, your thoughts, it all goes to your car. So that makes a custom right there.